The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Money, aka No Money, and we're back here today with another Go Battle League battle video, whatever. But anyways, we're bringing out the Tabasco, we're bringing out the Sriracha as we bring in our Purified Shelgon to the squad, rocking it with a Metacham lead and a Azumarill kind of not really safe swap. But anyways, as we go in and swap our Azumarill against the Skarmory, what made me decide to choose Shelgon? Well, I got a PvP Shadow Bagon a few months ago. Didn't really know what to do with it. I just had it in my box while I was purifying things, and because I needed to purify like a few Pokemon for like a research task of some sort. And I noticed it. I'm like, wow, I forgot I had this. And then I saw that it had pretty decent PvP IVs, so I decided, why not use this thing and utilize it? I mean, I looked at Shelgon's moveset. It's way better than Salamence's or Bagon's, let me tell you that. And it had Dragon Breath and Flamethrower. I believe it had Twister as well. But its moveset was pretty underwhelming, and I thought, why not give it Return? Maybe once we get shields down, Return could do a decent amount of damage. Or if the opponent's not really expecting a Flamethrower coming out of this half egg, half dragon looking thing. I don't even know. Does Shelgon have a tail? The Shelgon, we're gonna have to find out later. But anyways, so let's go back to the matchup here. I really wanted to win switch advantage against this thing because I did not want Surfetch coming back in and just wrecking havoc on my squad. So, because I know Surfetch can run Brave Bird and take out our Medi. But anyways, so we do have to use our shields here if we wanted to win switch advantage, which we do. And now our Shelgon is shieldless, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. As we're going to go ahead and just bubble down this Skarmory all the way down. Personally, I feel like I had enough to go for a play rough here. Boom. Because he had that second counter in, and I think he needed one more to get to a Leaf Blade, actually. So I think Ice Beam was the play here. It definitely was the play here. Go for the Ice Beam, because I would not have been able to get to that play rough in time. He probably would have won CMP and took us out. Goes for the Leaf Blade, does take us out as we go into our Shelgon and Dragon Breath that thing down. And now our opponent's like, what in the world's in front of me? But they do have a beautiful shiny Drifloon, which could get to that Icy Wind really fast. And it does get to the Icy Wind before we can get to our Flamethrower. Is this enough to take us out though? Because it is super effective. Boom, it doesn't, because Drifloon's attack isn't super great. Although that Shadow Ball does a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure he probably could have just went Shadow Ball and took us out there. But now we have a chance to throw our Flamethrower, which is debuff, but does a decent amount of damage. And just the combination of Dragon Breath as well as the Flamethrower, even as debuff, is able to take out the Drifloon, which was enough. Wow, I have all my words jumbled in my head. Normally I'm better at this. But anyways, we're moving on to the next battle there. As you can see, this is actually from last season. And that I had this video recorded, I just never got a chance to work on it or upload it because times are tough, hectic, crazy schedule, I know. But it's all good, I'm here now and I'm uploading it for the Fight Club. So we do have this Alola Marowak in the lead, which has been really popular last season, this season, to lead with Alola Marowak. So we're going to go ahead and switch into our Shelgon. And we're going to go for the Return here, which could be good for us. And yeah, it's going to toss the Ice Beam here. Personally, I think we could have tanked this Ice Beam and then just go for the Return, because I know they're not going to go ahead and shield, but it's fine. And at the same time, my dumbass was thinking, yo, this is a Shelgon video. Let's highlight Shelgon. So I'm just going to keep Dragon Breathing this Azumarill down. If they're going to want to throw another Ice Beam at me, then so be it, because we're resisting their bubbles either way. Right? And then I'm like, yeah, shield or not shield, let's just shield it because we don't care. At this point last season, I was like, what is Elo even? I'm not trying to make Legend. I wasn't even trying to make Expert. I was just trying to have some fun. At one point, I was so close to Expert, then I got serious for like one whole day. And then I didn't make it, and I got so mad. And the next day I made it, and I was like, alright, now I should stop caring. I mean, if you're like that close, you might as well care, right? So, crazy thing that happened here was, which happened to me a handful of times actually. I swapped into my Azumarill, and I'm assuming my opponent thought that I was switching into my lead, which was Medicham. So he swapped back into his lead. But now he's caught in a situation where he's taking super effective bubbles from me because I don't even have Hydro Pump. And he probably thought that since I don't have, or since he switched in the wrong thing, he might as well let it go down. But then I revealed I don't have Hydro Pump. Or maybe he thought I was trying to bait, which he just, he baited. He didn't get baited, so. Then I'm able to just bubble all the way down. Thank God he didn't get the defense debuff on me. As he brings in his Meganium, and now we're going to be put in a position where we have to play this right, or else Meganium could just beat our entire team from this point. So we do take the shield there. Because an Earthquake from this range would be able to take out our Shelgon, but if you guys remembered, I did save just that tiny bit of energy from that Azumarill matchup, and we're able to throw the Flamethrower here. And I think all shields are down. Oh wait, Shelgon in fact does not have a tail. Confirmed. So it is basically a half egg, half dragon thing. No one really knows. It's like it tried to be a dragon, but then it failed, so it just stayed like an egg. Alright, so Azumarill comes back out, it had energy left over, and goes for the player up, which is definitely going to hurt our Medi. But since our Medi is just, well, Medi and Chem in general is just really bulky, it's able to tank that player up, as we're able to get enough farm down on that Azumarill to go for an Ice Punch on the Meganium, which is going to seal the deal for this battle here. Alright, good game right there. I've been having a lot of mic issues. That's why you see this thing like floating back and forth here, And normally I like to stream my battles and record them, like my previous Venomoth video. But then I had a lot of audio issues that I had to like work around, and I haven't been able to find time to stream properly. So this is the best it's gonna get. And plus, I just found this video like lurking in my phone. I'm like, well, I think it's about time I upload this thing from a few months ago, last season in general. So. The tough thing about a team like this is that it runs into a Charmer either in the front or the back, and it's practically almost GG's at that point. But if we're in a matchup like this against Venusaur, we have decent play because we do have super effective charge moves for it, even though it's resisting our counters, in which case counter is just a really great fast move overall. If we're able to get to our fast moves in time, that Venusaur is going to have a rough time, especially if it doesn't shield. As I think it takes the same amount of counters and Vine Whips to get to our fast moves. No. Frenzy Plant, you need one more. No, Frenzy Plant, you need one less. An Ice Punch. As he was very patient there, he saw me switch and was like, what in the world is that dragon icon? It's a Shelgon. Alright. So as you can see in this matchup right here, obviously Bastiodon is resisting a Dragon Breath. Normally, in a normal situation, if this was like maybe on Altaria, Bastiodon would not need to shield anything, and the Sky attacks from Altaria would do doo-doo butter to Bastiodon. But since we're a Shelgon, we have access to that Flamethrower. We're actually able to get that Bastiodon's health to a good like 25-30%, which is enough for Medicham to just completely farm down and give us enough energy for almost 2 Ice Punches, as we're trying to immediately throw the Ice Punch here, but the Venusaur gets off their Frenzy Plant in time, and I do not want to get Frenzy Planted because then my Azumarill would have to deal with this Venusaur, and I would not want that happening. So we're going to go ahead and toss the Ice Punch here. I believe the Venusaur has a shield left, in which they use it. Yep, there it is, and now they're shieldless. And now my mistake here was not farming just a little bit extra. The smarter thing to do here was to farm just a little bit more, just so that we can get a little bit more extra energy for the next Pokemon coming in, which is a Galarian Stunfisk. Now, hot take for everybody watching. Is Galarian Stunfisk the greatest Great League Pokemon out there right now? Or do some of you still think it's Azumarill? Personal opinion, I think Azumarill beats it maybe slightly, even though Galarian Stunfisk has a lot of flexibility in most teams, right? Just that Steel Ground typing is just so helpful in so many different situations, and the Mud Shot Rock Slide combination helps with a lot of neutral matchups, and Earthquake is just a really good nuke, so. But I think personally, Azumarill, aka what I like to call it, Mr. 1000 Shields, aka the third and fourth shield, aka the fat blue water bunny, still takes the #1 spot in the Great League overall in any season given. Azumarill is just way too flexible and useful for being such a tanky, chubby water bunny. Alright. So let's gonna go ahead to the next matchup here. Hoping to God we do not run into any crazy problems, maybe like another AWAC lead or a Charmer in the back of some sort. And it's been a while since I watched this video. But anyways, yeah, Marowak in the lead. You love to see it. I probably should have went into Azumarill because then boom, they brought in a Charmer. Oh my God. Yeah. Our Shelgon's gonna go bye-bye, but it's fine because then we can Flamethrower and possibly obtain a shield from them. Not obtain, but take away their shield. So we toss our Flamethrower. We do get a shield. They're gonna Charm us down, which is fine with us, but now I do not want my Medicham in front of that Charmer. So I am forced to put out Azumarill here. As Azumarill is gonna be able to bubble as much as it can to charge moves, but I think this Clefable has a charge move coming up. Yes, it does, and it's going to be the Meteor Mash. So we have to preserve our Azumarill because Medicham doesn't have much play against that Clefable. Maybe if we just get to enough Ice Punches, but even then it's still pretty bulky to the point where even one Ice Punch and a bunch of counters won't take out the Clefable from any range. So we're able to toss our Ice Beam here. And we were counting the charms here, so that's about 4, 5, 6, 7, and I immediately switched straight into Medicham to catch a charge move here because I needed my Azumarill alive for that Alolan Marowak. So we're able to counter it down. We're both at 1 shield apiece, but then my Pokemon are practically crippled at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get to the Psychic in time, which we don't. He's gonna be able to throw his Shadow Bone here. So I definitely need to shield this one up. Go for the Psychic here. We got a defense drop. I'm like, alright, if they get a defense drop, can we get a defense drop? As I'm slowly, carefully touching these Psychic bubbles, and we land a Psychic, no shield, and no defense drop because Niantic hates us and they do not want to see me succeed at the very least. So now a lot of people out there are having much better luck than I am, right? So he throws a Bone Club there. Pretty smart play considering he wants to take me out and then at the same time preserve his energy. But they have a Superior in the back, and I did not want to lose to quite possibly, arguably, the worst grass starter to have ever existed. I mean, granted, the design is great, but the use of Superior in almost any game that I've played has been pretty trash, not gonna lie. I'd rather use Chestnut than this thing, and Chestnut to me is not super great overall. Even though in Go Battle League it has some decent play as well. I remember I saw YouTube comments saying like, man, I wish Chestnut could get Leaf Blade, or why can't Niantic just give Chestnut Leaf Blade? That would make it like super OP. Okay, first of all, Chestnut does not learn Leaf Blade in any game previously released. And second, you can't just assume whatever good move there is in Go Battle League to just put it on Pokemon you wish that could do good, because to be honest, Niantic gets their game information from Game Freak, which is the head of Pokemon, in charge of Pokemon, and then Pokemon in general have their own specific movesets from the main series games. They can either learn it by level up, TM, HM, or TR, it stands for like Technical Machine, and I forgot what TR stood for. It's like in Sword and Shield. But anyways, if it doesn't learn, or Move Tutor, sorry, and there's Move Tutor. If it doesn't learn that move from any of those options, then chances are in Pokemon Go Battle League, it's not gonna learn that move. Ever. Ever. But yeah, considering Frenzy Plant is a better option for Chestnut in the future, then hopefully, if they do that, then sure, why not? But anyways, similar scenario here. I thought that since I lived earlier against that Bastiodon Stone Edge, I would be able to live this one. But I believe they had an extra Smackdown in, so that I was able to take my Shelgon off completely. I thought I could live that one because of the previous matchup, but like I said, I think they had an extra Smackdown in. So, we're going to go in with Metachamp and just completely farm this Bastiodon down. This Cresselia battle is going to be a tough one just because Cresselia is so fat. It's a very fat moon thing. Which reminds me, I remember seeing another comment before. Why does Clefable learn Meteor Mash when they thought that it was like an exclusive move for Metagross? Or Metagross, however you say it. Pronunciation isn't the most important thing. But the reason why Clefable could learn Meteor Mash is because in the very first game, Red, Blue, and Yellow, there's a place called Mount Moon which connected Pewter City and Cerulean City. And in Mount Moon, there are Clefairy, which you can evolve to Clefable via Moonstone. And that's another hint, Moonstone. There's an episode in the very first series of Pokemon where you can find Clefairy at Mount Moon, and they're doing a little metronome dance, and they're like talking or something to the moon or to the meteor that crashed at Mount Moon or something like that. Hence why. That's pretty much like the main basic info you need as to why Clefable could learn Meteor Mash, right? Anyways, we have this crazy tanky battle in front of us. It's going to be Azumarill versus Cresselia, I believe, right? No, that's the G-Fisk. They still have a shield. Looks like we are down and out for the count here, but it's going to be a very close one, guys, because they do have a shield left. We bring in our Medicham, and they're going to take the Ice Punch to the face. Can we get to another Ice Punch here? Because Confusion is such a slow move. They get another Confusion in, which is not good for us, but the Ice Punch is going to be coming through. Will they use their final shield here? As, yes, they do. They're going to commit their shield. They're going to toss another Confusion. Can they Confusion down? No, they're going to throw their energy. At this point, I was thinking, is it going to be a Grass Knot so that they can conserve energy for the Azumarill, which is not. They throw a Moonblast, so they use up all their energy, which gives Azumarill here enough time to just bubble it down, and now I have tons of energy from Azumarill ready for that G-Fisk, and oh my god, does this G-Fisk have an Earthquake? I remember they didn't have enough energy for an Earthquake, so they do have a Rock Slide, which is not enough to take out the Azumarill. This Azumarill does not have ideal PvP IVs. I think it's like a 13, 14, 15 or something like that. As we're able to take that G-Fisk out with the Ice Beam, and that was a very, very close call in that battle. Super close game. Came down to the wire. 1 HP in a Dream type battle. You love to see those types of things. Shelgon didn't really do much, but it's okay. He was running a Cresselia Bastiodon G-Fisk. Man, that guy needs to go to church or something. That's disgusting. Especially all you grass hole users. Like, y'all need to go to church or something, man. Oh my god. Shadow Charizard. Okay. So, big mistake here. Anytime you see a Charizard, unless it's Ultra League Premier, always, always, always check the fast move. It has 3 viable fast moves in 1 Dragon Breath, Wing Attack, and Fire Spin. All completely viable in whatever meta you really play, or league, whatever. But, in this case, I should have stayed in with Medicham and just kept going for the Ice Punches, or maybe even went into Azumarill, because then we got completely farmed down by that thing. Good thing is, we got a Flamethrower off, which was enough for us to get a shield. And look at that Blast Burn damage coming from a Shadow Charizard. That ain't a joke, considering it's Azumarill. And Azumarill literally takes like almost any hit unless it's a Solar Beam or a Zap Cannon. They bring in a Machamp against our Azumarill. And I was counting these counters, and it's definitely just a Cross Chop. And honestly, Cross Chop is actually not a good move at all. It's just that Machamp's pure attack stat on top of the counters, it's deadly. That's the reason why it's so deadly. It's because of Machamp. Cross Chop and any other Pokemon, like maybe like Golduck or something, isn't like super great. Plus, it's not Stab. And they do have a Skarmory in the back, and we have 2 Pokemon left, but we're gonna go ahead and toss it the Ice Beam in hopes that we could possibly get a shield or just deal a decent amount of neutral damage. And they take the damage. They're down a shield. We have 2 shields left. Now, this is for everyone out there. Just because you see a Skarmory and you have your counter user or fighter in the front, that doesn't automatically mean you need to switch out, because you can still have a lot of players, especially since Medicham is one of the bulkier fighters. What you can do is just pure counter down and toss a complementing charge move like Ice Punch to the Skarmory. Ice Punch does neutral, and counter is a really good move against Skarmory. So if I were you guys, you don't necessarily have to be 100% scared of Skarmory with your fighter in front. You can keep it in, do a decent amount of counter damage, and try to throw a charge move, try to bait a shield or not. But yeah, we do get a 4-1 for the set. The very first battle was a bonus battle that I recorded before the set, just to test it out and see what I got with Purified Shelgon, as it went out pretty well. It went out pretty decently well, but I wouldn't really recommend building one or making one, but if you have the resources for it just for fun, then go for it, because I enjoyed using it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. This is your boy J Money, aka No Money of the Fight Club, and I'll see you guys in the next video, so peace.